Johnny and Ollie. It's about time you met these two. Ollie Jungfrau lifted half a maple bar to me when I walked through the door from attic to cellar consignment store. It was the kind of gesture drunken soldiers at a bar would make when weary battlefield comrades came in from the war looking for a drink. But it was with half a donut. "Hey, Dynamo," Ollie said, winking at me. Ollie Jungfrau called me Dynamo. The first time he said it, I had to look it up. Who says Dynamo? People in Ealing, Iowa do. That's so. Another word I'm going to try to erase from history. Never say it again. That's another word I'm going to try to erase from history. Never say it again. But it is a challenging redirection. I'm from Ealing, Iowa, after all. I rather wished Robbie was there, so we could go have a cigarette. "Hey, Ollie," I said. Ollie panted contemplatively between bites of his donut. He had red stuff on his chin. The front lines of jelly donuts had already been decimated by the Panzer Division of Ollie's appetite. "Coffee." Ollie waved his hand gracefully between a tall paper cup and me, as though he were introducing blind dates at a barn dance. "Thanks," I said, appreciative of my date's quiet demeanor. Coffee is a girl who never tells boys no. The idea of such a compliant partner normally would have made me horny, but I was too hungry, still sleepy, and I was also watching Ollie Jungfrau eat a donut at the exact moment sexual thoughts involving a quiet girl at an Iowa barn dance occurred to me. I liked coffee and cigarettes. Neither of these truths were welcome at my home. I did not like jelly donuts, however. All the more for Ollie and the customers. Jelly only belongs in one place. 2, if you have a decent toast, I suppose. History. "Johnny!" Ollie called out in the direction of Johnny McKeon's office. "The kid's here!" I heard Johnny moving things around in the back of the shop. I had already confirmed to myself that I did not feel guilty about being in the shop at night. I was an employee. Robbie and I didn't do anything wrong. Well, we didn't do anything wrong inside the store, at least. What Grant Wallace and those other boys did would have happened whether or not Robbie and I were there to see it. So I did not feel guilty about the below-the-roof part of the night. I sat down across the display counter from Ollie and selected a white frosted cake donut with blue and yellow Iowa plaid sprinkles that scattered a candy galaxy over its surface. Ollie nodded. He had an expression on his face like a saint receiving a vision of a bloody Jesus. Ollie Jungfrau would have been the patron saint of donuts. Not that I'm allowed to believe in saints. I didn't believe in Jesus. I did not believe in Jesus either, even if he was good at picking donuts. I was not allowed to say that either. I might not put that shit down in the book. "Good choice," Ollie said. "It was calling my name, Ollie," I said, a voice like an angel. Ollie took his donuts seriously. Johnny McKeon looked agitated. He stood beside Ollie at the counter with his palms flat on the gas and his elbows locked straight. Johnny was a giraffe of a man, and his hands looked like twin octopi. I'd never seen anyone with fingers as long as Johnny McKeon's. If Johnny McKeon ever gave you a thumb and index finger in the international gesture for okay, trained poodles could jump through it. Maybe even dolphins. I looked past his fingers at the vampire bat and bugs in the collections below our donuts. Most people would probably not want to eat donuts here. "Good morning, Johnny," he said. Sometimes I would say something corny like, "Hey-o, Johnny," but not today. Johnny McKeon said, "Is it still morning?" That was what Johnny always said to me. Johnny McKeon was a mover. He was out of bed every day by 5. He got things done. I liked him very much, and he knew that. Johnny was aware I smoked cigarettes, too. He'd get mad at me for it, but he'd also sometimes give me free smokes when I broke up vendor multi-pack specials at Tipsy Cricket. If your dad and mom tells me anything about this, I'm saying you stole them. What he always said to me. That morning, Johnny McKeon said to me, I'm going to leave you in charge of the store this morning, Austin. You can handle it. I need to run to Waterloo and pick up some plywood and stuff. Some a-hole broke in through the podiatrist's last night. Johnny never cursed. He had to be pretty mad to say something as daring as a-hole. Someone broke in? I echoed. Yeah, Johnny said, through the dang wall. I looked at Ollie Jungfrau. He was eating a glazed bow tie and nodding. Apparently he knew all the details. Naturally, he would. It was Saturday, donut day, and Ollie always showed up first, before Tipsy Cricket was supposed to open. Sign of the times, Ollie said. Ollie analyzed, shaking his head in a grim, I saw this coming rhythm. Did you call the police? I asked. My heartbeat accelerated. The coffee made me sweat. Under my armpits, the chemical beads of my deodorant stick began to erupt like miniature laboratory volcanoes. Outside in Grasshopper Jungle, the contained MI plague strain 412E was now completely dead, having moved into the bodies of 7 hosts. Bobby Breeze was asleep in his bed at the Del Vista Arms. Ingrid was taking a shit. They were here all morning. What can you do? Johnny said. You should have a video system. You should have an alarm, they said. But this is Ealing. There was never anything worth filming in Ealing, unless you were one of the Grant Wallace's buddies watching him kick the shit out of a couple of candy cane faggots. In Iowa, there are cameras trained on cornfields, so you can watch corn grow. My house has been robbed, I said, because my dog can't bark. I should teach her to shit on people. Ollie chewed thoughtfully. My uncle has a German shepherd who will do that. He only takes commands in German. Scheiße, Dieter Scheist. And he'll toast a brownie on the spot. Ollie Jungfrau was full of Scheist. Did they take anything? I asked. Johnny said, a case of Gilby's gin. And the sons of guns got into my office, too. They took a display I had in there. I sipped my coffee and looked at the candy cane galaxy on my donut. It hovered on a perfect plane of glass above the rhinoceros beetle. Johnny went on without any prodding. I had one of those glass globes the scientists at MI made. It was a photoluminescent mold sealed up inside it. I really liked that thing. It made the nicest blue glow if I had turned the lights on at nighttime. Whoa, Ollie objected. What kind of mold? Photoluminescent, Johnny repeated. Ollie took a bite of his donut and shook his head repeatedly. Nope. No such word, he decided. Ollie graduated from Herbert Hoover High School, 3rd in his class. Ollie Jungfrau was a tool. I think it means glow in the dark, I said. Ollie unrolled his glazed fingers. He was counting something. Then why wouldn't you just say glow in the dark, Johnny? It has less syllables. Was it, valuable? I asked. Nah, Johnny said. I don't think so. How would I know? It was just part of the crazy stuff from boxes that got delivered to me after MI shut down. I don't know anything about it. Johnny reached below the counter and found a metal-cased Stanley tape measure. He placed this and a pencil on top of the pad of lined paper and slid the pile across the display case towards my cup of coffee. Johnny said, Bring this stuff, Austin. I need you to come back and help me take measurements so I can fix the danged wall, so they won't ever do something like that again. They weren't ever going to do it again, plywood or not. Nobody knew that either.